This is my reptile room. It's honestly my happy place. When I walk through these doors, I just forget about life for a while, any problems I may have, and I just turn my brain off for a little bit, and I just sit here in awe at all the wonderful reptiles and amphibians that I'm surrounded by. So today I'm going to give you guys a full reptile room tour so you guys can meet all the animals that truly make this place so special to me. So this is, of course, what you see at the door. Gators are the absolute best, and they are the coolest reptiles on Earth. And yeah, I figured I'd give you guys just a quick little overview of the room before getting into it. So over here, as you guys can see, we got just some enclosures. This is where I sit down and I just edit videos or do work-related things. Down here, this is where I keep my hatchling green tree pythons. Up here, I got my metal prints of a bunch of my animals. It's kind of in order of when I got them. Notably absent are, of course, the green tree pythons. I'm waiting for them to all go through their color changes before I order some of those. And these are, I do have a merch store, but these are giveaway exclusives. So if you want to find out how you can win, subscribe, because I'll do them for every major milestone. I just gave a bunch away for 1,000s. Moving on, we got my degree. Your boy is a scholar. Some cool weapons I got at a gun show. And then moving on, we got more enclosures this way. So now we'll take a look at each of them one by one. So we'll start with this first set of enclosures over here. These are all 4x2 by 2. These all came from Toad Ranch. I am not at all sponsored. I just really love their enclosures. I think they are the best of the best. So as we can see, we got from the last video, I added a lot more things to climb and stuff just because I thought it was a bit bare. So of course we got the cool ass name tag. It's mandatory. We got a warm side over here. Plenty of things to climb. He likes going under these kind of pieces of bark that I just collect from the outside. And as you can see, this is Meliodas. He's currently in shed, so he looks absolutely horrible. But I'll throw up some B-roll of when he's not in shed. He was my very first snake. I got him right after I moved out of my mom's house because, of course, she did not like snakes, so I wasn't allowed to have any. I got him in the summer of 2020 as a baby, so he's about 3 years old, and just absolutely awesome. Like, this dude means the world to me. He escaped, and I thought he was dead, and I like filmed a video, and I was like crying and shit. Super embarrassing, but about like 3-4 weeks after, we ended up finding him. So yeah, I'm glad that we got my boy Meliodas back. He's almost full grown, I would imagine. But he's still getting a little bit bigger every day, and corn snakes love to climb, so that's why I have all of these different opportunities for him, because he uses every single inch of his enclosure. Right below that, we have the enclosure for McFlurry. McFlurry, of course, is a California Kingsnake. He does have a different pattern than that found in the wild. He has kind of like a more aberrant pattern. As you can see here, he doesn't really have that checkered kind of look to him. Another one that loves climbing, which is why I've given him so many climbing opportunities. This is another one, guys. He uses every single square inch of his enclosure, which really makes me happy that, you know, he appreciates the little home I've built for him. As you can see, he's kind of just catching some sun. I got him at Daytona last year. 2022, so he was born in July actually of last year, so he's a little bit over a year old. Honestly, he's a pretty slow grower, but active, eats, so not really worried about that. Some snakes just grow quicker than others. As you can see, we got his hide on this side, climbing opportunities, some rocks just for you know, different textures and stuff. Of course, we got his water bowl, and yeah, this is honestly, he has one of the strongest appetites of all the animals in my collection. So it's pretty funny that he's actually not even that big, but if he could, he would literally eat like a freaking horse or something. Right below McFlurry, we have Merlin's enclosure. Merlin is, of course, my ball python. Also, the humidities and temperatures are off because I obviously removed the windows for this video, so don't give that any attention. She's in her hide. Yeah, let's just take this out real quick. She's a sweetheart, so I'm not even worried about going in and bothering her. Hey, baby. As you can see, she's kind of just enjoying the warm side of her enclosure. And look at that pretty face, guys. This is Merlin. She's about 3 years old. I got her right after, maybe a month after I got Meliodas or 2. She was my second snake ever, and she's just the best. So she'll hang out on that side. Of course, we got her water bowl. We got fake plants in her setup. Of course, we got a bunch of rocks just to give her different textures in this kind of area that she also likes to hide, kind of like right below there when she wants to escape the heat. And she actually does climb. Ball pythons, guys, when you don't keep them in racks, they will do more than just be a pet rock. But yeah, this is Merlin. She's obviously not a normal ball python. She is a blue-eyed Lucy, which is leucistic, and of course she does have the blue eyes. Leucism does come with black eyes, so that's kind of the difference there. I'm not sure the exact genes that made her a blue-eyed Lucy. You can combine different ones to kind of get the same outcome. But yeah, that's Merlin. She's honestly one of my favorites. She's just an absolute sweetheart. So next up is my green pythons. This is, of course, a focus cube habitat. They are absolutely amazing, and I have a herb stat here at the top. Keep in mind, green tree pythons are born either red or yellow as babies, and then they'll just change into their adult colors as they get older. So for each one of these guys, I will put up a picture of the parents, just so you guys can have an idea of what they could potentially look like in the future. All right, so this first one here is the Apocalypse. Not sure why he's hiding his head. He's also about to go into shed pretty soon, which is why he's a bit wrinkly and not as vibrant. Hello, sir. Oh, there he is. So this one actually used to hate me with a passion when I first got him, but now I feel comfortable, you know, picking him up like this. Like before, it was like I would open the tub and he was just ready to kill me. He is a pure Cyclops locality. So his mom and his dad were both Cyclops Mountains green tree pythons. They actually look very, very cool. He's very unique for a Cyclops. They typically don't look the way he does from the examples I've seen. And yeah, he's awesome. He's a bit small for a yearling, but he also missed a lot of meals when I first got him. But now he's back on track. Sorry, I just saw some stuck shit and it like bothered me. So yeah, so I'm using these tubs for now. It's water at the bottom and then additional water here. It keeps the humidity up and it's easy to clean. I was using puppy pads, but it's just too much of a mess even with that. So I found it's a lot easier to just use water. Right below that, we have Inferno, who is a gangster. He's honestly such a ferocious eater. Hey buddy, can you show us your head? Hi. He's kind of shy. I'll throw up some b-roll of like everyone that's not cooperating. So the mom is a pure Aru, and the father was 50% Merowaki, 50% Cyclops. So as a result, of course, he's 50% Aru, 25 Cyclops, 25 Merowaki. This one has honestly been one of my best ones. Never has given me any issues. He was born January 2nd, so he's about 9 months old and growing like a damn weed. I love his patterning. I don't know, he kind of just reminds me of like a galaxy. I don't know, but yeah, same setup for all of these guys. Inferno, just absolute badass. Right next to that, we have Ulquiorra. This one is just a ferocious eater. Like this one's food response is crazy. He just ate, I think last night or the night before. So he's not really hungry right now, thank God, because if not, he'd be like coming out. He's super sweet. He just has a crazy food response. This is Ulquiorra. He was my second green tree python, produced by Brian from Lucky Levithians. Brian is honestly one of my favorite people in the world. That dude loves snakes more than anything. He's absolutely awesome. This one was born Halloween of last year, so just absolutely badass in that regard. So he's about, what, 10 months old? A little bit less, no, 11 months old, sorry. So as far as lineage goes, the mom is 50% Aru, 50% unknown locality, and then the father is 50% Aru and then 50% Misol. So as a result, he is 50% Aru, 25% Misol, and then 25% unknown locality. And I've had him for a while now, probably like 6-7 months, I think. And he came to me with a good amount of green already, kind of pixelated, but since then he hasn't gotten any more green, which is fine. It's no rush. I just thought it was funny that he started his color change super early and then just hasn't put on any more green. He has put on a lot of size though, which is great. Also, all of my green tree pythons are too young to sex, so if I say he or she, it's just me talking. It doesn't really mean anything. But yeah, guys, this is Ulquiorra. Absolutely love this dude. So these next two here at the bottom, you guys actually have not seen them. So whether you're a returning subscriber or a new viewer, this will all be new to you guys. So I'm excited to show you guys two of my latest acquisitions and members of the family. So this first one here is Urahara. He is just absolutely stunning, guys. I'm in love with this one. He was born April of this year, so he's about 6 months old, and just an absolute badass. He's already eaten with me. He ate the second night I got him, which is always a good sign. I love his patterning and his just coloration. He's kind of upside down right now, but he's looking at me. I saw him tongue flick earlier. And so this one actually came from Bill Segal from Phoenix Reptiles, aka the mayor. Awesome guy to work with. He's like one of the OGs in the chondro community. So I'm very fortunate to have one of his animals in my collection. Both the parents were designers. So a designer, from what I understand, basically the animals have been selectively bred for so long that they're not really associated with a locality anymore. They've just been bred for certain traits. Of course, designers are typically more expensive and more desirable in general, but I like a good locality snake any day of the week. But yeah, this is a designer green tree python. I'm super excited to see this little one grow. Moving on, we have another one. This is one of the best yellows I have ever seen, and you guys can see why. This one is absolutely amazing, guys. Just absolutely insane. Like, the camera's not even doing it justice. This one came from Alex Warren of Amazing Arboreals. Him and Bill are actually business partners, so I bought two snakes and then they kind of just shipped them together. This one has also eaten for me. And then this one is actually like super duper, not right now because it's like daytime, but at night this one is like super active, and you can tell he's like a sweetheart. He just wants to explore. Hi, buddy. Yeah, look at this guy. He's one of the nicest yellows I have ever seen. It's just absolutely insane. He was born in January, so he's about 9 months old. Just an absolute badass, guys. Like, this thing is just so unreal. As far as locality, he's actually only my second pure locality python. Of course, Apocalypse, who I showed you guys up there, is a pure Cyclops. This one is a pure Sarong. So both his parents were Sarongs. I named him Articuno just because, well, obvious reasons. Once I put the parents up, I'm expecting a decent amount of blue on this guy. All these marks should turn blue, which would be just so incredibly cool. But yeah, this is Articuno. Just absolute badass. I'm probably gonna take him out later because I want to hang out with him, but for now he's gotta go. So next I'm gonna show you these 3 enclosures here on the left side. As far as dimensions go, these are all 2 feet long by 2 feet deep. The only difference is the heights. This one is 18 inches tall, this one is 24 inches tall, so a perfect cube, and then this one down here is 30 inches tall. So starting at the top, we have the enclosure for Nami, my my Leopard Gecko. She actually looks a lot like the one in the tag. There she is. Hi, baby. She's my oldest reptile. She's about 8 years old. She'll be turning 9 in January. But I absolutely love this girl to death. She is one of the OGs here at Ravishing Reptiles. Taking a look at her enclosure, we have, of course, this little bridge. She likes to hide under it a lot. I'm actually surprised she wasn't there right now. Some plants, fake, of course. Some decorations. This is actually hollow, like this way. So she actually hides under this a lot. Of course, her water dish. And every once in a while, I will see her basking on top of this thing. But not that often, to be honest. Leopard geckos really aren't known too much for climbing, but I heard that they will if you give them opportunities. I've given them climbing opportunities in the past, and she personally does not. Not to say that others don't, but yeah, she's not a big climber, but that's okay because she is super duper cute and I love her. Moving on, we have one of my favorite enclosures, of course, my red-eyed tree frogs. I never see them during the day. It's really hard to find them, but at night they're super active. And I have a trio of them. One of them is a normal, so the normal green morph. That is Erin. My other one, I actually see one of them. You can see she's sleeping. My other one is, of course, an albino. I actually found the green one, but I'll throw up some B-roll because this isn't really the best lighting. And then, of course, lastly, we have a melanistic one up here. So we got Erin, the green one, Armin, the yellow one, and the black one or purple one, Mikasa. So as you can see, I don't really have a lot of soil kind of like out in the open. It's all kind of covered by something because if the soil sticks to them, they do tend to get kind of stressed. I got a shallow water dish. They absorb water through their butts. So at night they'll come here and just sit on this little dish and just hydrate themselves. This is the first one that I'm showing that has live plants. I really like this kind of like whiskey barrel thing for this plant. Of course, we got the mascot, which is of course a badass red-eyed tree frog on a motorcycle. We got a log over there, and then just sticks, branches, things to climb on, and just different textures and stuff. And that of course is their feeding bowl. I will come in at night and just throw crickets in there, and then they will just circle around it and then just attack. It's really quite wonderful to see. As far as age, these guys are about a year and 7-8 months old. I think they were born in like December of 2021. So yeah, they're actually closing in on 2 fairly soon, but I absolutely love these guys. I do recommend them for anyone looking to get into amphibians, and I do recommend having more than one at a time. Moving on here to the bottom, we have another enclosure. This one, of course, for my Crested Gecko. This is another one of my personal favorites. Another one with live plants, which I love doing. These whiskey barrels, guys, I absolutely love them. I think they're super duper cool. Of course, we got another shallow water dish. We got some stones, some leaf litter, another log, and of course things to climb on. If you're wondering where she is, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'll find her. Oh, there she is. So she's hiding kind of under these plants. Her colors are a bit dull right now. I think she's gonna shed soon, or she's really fired down, but as you can see, she loves this enclosure. She is about 2.5 years old. I got her as a baby at my first ever reptile show. It was at a Repticon, which, looking back at it, like, those shows really aren't that great. But still, she was my problem child. I got her from a pretty crappy vendor. So she came to me like loaded with parasites, and she just was not eating, was not gaining weight. For the longest time, I thought I was gonna lose her. It was like a battle for like 3-4 months. But in the end, she prevailed. Now she's healthy and living. So Ganny will always have a special place in my heart. She, so her name, I bought her as a male. Turns out she was a boy. I mean, she was a girl. So her name was originally Ganondorf, because I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. I have Link tattooed on my leg, so I named her Ganondorf, because she kind of had like oranges and reds. But once I found out she was a girl, I had to change the name, and I decided to just shorten it and make it girly. So that's how we got Ganny. So next up, I'm going to show you guys these two middle enclosures. As far as dimensions, these are 3 feet long, 2 feet deep, and 3 feet tall. This first one here is of course planted, fully bioactive. It belongs to my Tokay Gecko. His name is Totodile. I'm not sure where he is, so I'll just show you guys the enclosure. Maybe he'll come around soon. Of course, we got a water dish, stones, leaf litter, lots of plants, lots of sticks. This I got from the Everglades. I think it's called Spanish moss. I don't know, it's like an arid kind of moss. I'm pretty sure it's dead, but it looks cool. It adds a texture to it. Sometimes he will sleep on this, or like hiding in it. We got a freaking cricket that he didn't catch. But yeah, this is Totodile's enclosure. He's about 6 months old. And I see him actually. So there he is, just chilling. He doesn't like me, but let me see if I can grab him. Yeah, see? Yeah, he's so mad. Since he was probably like sleeping, his colors are kind of like dull, but it's gonna get a lot bigger. This is the second largest species of gecko in the world. They can get up to like, I think like 14 inches or something ridiculous like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna bother him too much. But he is absolutely awesome, guys. Even though he hates me, I'm gonna work on socializing him a bit more. I honestly just have not had the time. But yeah, he's just an absolute badass. He's growing a lot. And I saw him hunting for the first time like the other day. Like, he's finally comfortable enough to like eat in front of me. It is the coolest thing in the world, guys. He'll kind of be hanging onto the wall, kind of like how he's doing now. I'll toss the crickets in. He'll just immediately, like, I'm talking immediately, like 1 or 2 seconds after the crickets hit the ground, he jumps off, just catches one, and then just climbs back up with it, like with the cricket in his mouth, and he'll just eat it at the top, swallow it, come down, grab another one, go up all the way to the top and eat it there. It's really absolutely awesome to see. Right below that, we have Dragonite's enclosure. Dragonite, of course, is a Kimberley rock monitor, and I'm not entirely sure where he is, to be honest with you guys. He's probably hiding somewhere. But yeah, as you can see, this is honestly my least favorite enclosure just because of the aesthetics of it. I'm not a big fan of just the way it looks. Personally, I think it's ugly, but it is exactly what he needs, which is the most important thing, guys. So yeah, you can see lots of branches, lots of bricks stacked together, cork bark, just random shit that he can just explore and feel. Of course, a water dish. And this guy likes it super hot. Like, this has gotten as high as like 110, and he'll be out right here under it. 110 ambient, like surface area is probably like 130, and he'll be out just enjoying it. He's a monitor, so he's like super smart. He's about 5 months old. I've had him for about 1 month, but he's doing awesome, growing quickly. So next, we're gonna do this set of enclosures for green tree pythons. We got the first one, guys. The first one I ever got, born July 4th of last year. He's the one that started my green tree python addiction. He was a yellow baby, but as you can see, he's much more green now. He's got these whites coming in, these blues coming in. He was produced by Socrates, who I cannot say enough good things about, guys. He's just honestly just a stand-up dude. The one that started my addiction. I cannot thank him enough for giving me such an awesome first green tree python. The parents are, one of them is a pure Manokwari, and then the other one is a pure Aru. So we can see that he's got the white speckling from the Aru, and then kind of like those blue, that blue dorsal pattern from the Manokwari. But yeah, green tree pythons, like, their setup super simple. So I just got some dog pads for, you know, when he does his business, which thank God it's not often. We got a water bowl for some added humidity. This water bowl a little bit higher because he actually drinks out of this one. They rarely like coming all the way down to the floor. So like I said, this is more for humidity. Some live plants. I don't know anything about plants, so I don't even remember what these are. I just know that you pot them, you water them every once in a while, and you give them light, and they're all set. But yeah, this one is absolute badass. The first month I got him, he like hated me, but now we're like best friends. He's the one that was in the intro and the outro, and as you can see, he's super chill. So these next two, I'll just go over them together. These are the only enclosures that are empty. These are just, I have them ready for when some of the smaller green tree pythons are ready to move up. So it's the exact same setup, just different plants and one of my dog's hairs for some reason. So yeah, plants here, and then down here we got some more plants. But yeah, I can't wait to fill these enclosures out. Green tree pythons, I've said it before, they're really the only animal I have any interest in breeding. I don't know what it is about them that I'm so drawn to, but in a couple of years, you guys will see me breeding green tree pythons. So I cannot wait for that day, guys. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please consider hitting that like and subscribing to the channel. It would really mean a lot to me. While you're down there, let me know which of the animals in this room was your favorite, and also let me know which enclosure was your favorite. Yeah, I can't even think of which one would be my favorite, just because it's just very hard to pick. But you guys who don't have any of these animals can definitely let me know which one you guys like. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for today. As always, thanks for watching and enjoy your reptiles.